Nice. And it's on your Facebook. It says you're from Iran. Is that your like where you're
Yeah,
born, or is that where you're living?
that's where I was born and raised, and I moved to DC, Washington DC, about 5 years ago.
Awesome. Awesome.
That's a huge transformation, day
I,
and night.
I
Feels like
bet.
day and night.
I
Yeah.
bet. So, is there anything that you wanted to talk about in these 11 minutes?
Well, I have severe social anxiety, and I'm very introverted. And I had a couple of traumas back in my life when I was younger, when I was a kid, and growing up throughout my teenage years. And one of my biggest fear, I would say, is just being out there. It's just challenging every single day that I wake up to go out there between people, because I'm having trouble to realizing what's real, what's not real. Until I started yoga, I figured that my breath and my heart is the realest thing to have to myself. But I'm still struggling. Like, listening to your book really helps me out. But I don't know. This is like one big struggle that I have out there, that I'm constantly, almost always scared.
Always scared. Cool. And what do you
Anyway,
and what is it that you think you're scared of? I'm curious.
I don't know if it's a sense of, it's a sense that I get that constantly in a battle of, are people going to hurt me, or am I going to hurt people, or why am I so different in my mind than other people? What I can't ever relate, and I just can't stand being around too many people for so long.
And why what happens to you if you're around a lot of people for a long time?
I start feeling my heartbeat going up and getting warm all the way from head to toe, and not really hearing what they're saying, feeling like I need to sit down or lay down, or I just need to be on my own. And I usually go to the bathroom, because that's the only place in restaurants or in social events that you can find that you can have your own little space to sit down and kind of get your focus back together, that you got this. You're just gonna go out there and keep your stress face on until it's done and you can get out and be on your own.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you for painting a picture to me. I think I understand a bit more where you're coming from, and I'm glad that you're enjoying the book. And yeah, I mean, part of me, when I hear you say that you have anxiety, and that it seems like you're really owning this limitation presently. And that's one of the main concepts in the book that I don't know if I made it as obvious as I might in the future for a future book, but speaking in the truth tense. Because, are you having social anxiety right now? Is this happening to you right now?
No, but it was a little challenging for me to put a step out there that,
Well, I'm
hey,
happy. I'm happy it was a little challenging. Otherwise, it might be a little boring. Well, and that's what I'm seeing for you. I think that's why you're probably doing your yoga practice, or one of the main benefits of it, like you said, is bringing more awareness to what is really yours, like your breath and your heartbeat. That's really, I think the way that we know we're alive, from the difference even between maybe a dream, like our sleeping dream versus our waking dream, is to be aware of our breath. Like, I don't think it would be as easy. And maybe if you're a really good lucid dreamer, or you really get caught up in your dreams, you might even want a token if you've ever seen Inception. But I think by you bringing awareness to your breath and your heartbeat, and seeing if you can actually increase your heartbeat, this is where it might be a little crazy for you. In those moments of social anxiety, rather than feeling overwhelmed or running away from like that fast heartbeat or those warm feelings in your body, what I would suggest you doing in those moments of anxiety is to increase your heart rate. See how much you can get your heart rate to increase. See how warm your body can get. And regardless of the temptation to run away, that's when it's time to really turn it up. So whatever's getting you to be fun, comfortable in that moment, whether it's your topic of conversation or whether it's you just being there, that's when it's time to really make that your new yoga practice, your practice of being whole and complete. I just got this iPhone, I just got this Apple Watch today, and one of the main reasons I got it is because it tells me my heart rate.
Heart rate.
And what I would suggest for you is not to get one of like not to get to test your heart rate. It's not like you need this or anyone needs this. I'm not telling you to try to keep your heart rate low. As I'm saying, those moments where your heart rate rapidly increases, those are your moments to break normal or to break through. And it might be fun and comfortable, but that's where this energy of anxiety is going to really turn into excitement. But it might take a little practice because maybe at an early time in your life, because you mentioned maybe a trauma or something, you learned that increased heart rate or those excited feelings were actually dangerous for whatever reason, maybe dangerous emotionally, maybe dangerous physically, and you learn to run away from them. And you maybe learn to call them anxiety and say, oh, you had an anxiety disorder and you have social anxiety. But what I'm saying is no, actually you don't. Me and you are communicating right now in a very healthy fashion. Like you really exposed yourself and demonstrated a type of self-acceptance through self-expression by like revealing what's most personal to me right off the bat within a few minutes. And we're communicating about it in, I think, a very healthy way. So I don't think you have social anxiety. I don't think you have an anxiety disorder or anything like that. What I think it is that you may get very excited in social interactions, maybe so much so that it's it almost feels like a sensory overload. But that's what I'm saying. That's great. Like how you're already a very attractive human being, and it's fun to look at you. I bet people love being around you, not only because the way you look, but because the way you act, because the way you speak. You are overall seeming to be a very whole person, and I think it's time for you to see those intense moments as like how alive can you be in this moment. Like that it's not going to, I'm 99.9% sure you're not going to hurt anyone or yourself physically by having a faster heart rate and a social interaction. I think it's time for you to approach that, to like run after that. I don't know if it's public speaking. Like what would be the scariest social thing for you to do?
I guess the thought of ignorance and the thought of bulliness and not acceptance, like it not getting accepted.
Oh, if like you being bullied, that might be the scariest thing for you?
Probably.
Okay, cool.
I guess not the thought of the fact that I'm not going to be acceptable in a group of people.
Okay, well, you might not be. I'm gonna let you know that. No, I'm not gonna. You might do this, and you might one day be bullied, or you might. I trust you won't be bullied in a dangerous way, but maybe someone will not be able to handle your presence the way they want to, and they might resort to something like not accepting you, or writing you off as a person, or judging you to be crazy, or judging you to be anxious, or whatever it is, or leaving you out of the group. And I think if that ever happens to you, it's time for you to look at that as like your golden opportunity. It's as if you're metaphorically a surfer. I'm a surfer, and maybe I'm waiting for I'm still in the back of my mind. I just know that I'm gonna get this huge, awesome wave one day. I'm not saying that when that wave comes, there might be a part of me that wants to put my tail between my legs and not go for it. It might just be to run away and feel safer. But honestly, I know my higher self, my bigger self knows that that's my treasure moment. That's my golden moment. So with a minute left here, and I'll keep you in the group and we can stay in contact. But I would love to see you, I think you teaching yoga, once you start teaching yoga, and the next time, if there's ever a next time that feeling feels overwhelming for you, I'm asking you to stick with it and not only try to not run away from it, but increase it. See how intense you might even, maybe you'll just have like an orgasmic experience. You might just feel so good and high that it might just be like, holy mackerel, that's what I was running from. Because there is an idea that sometimes what people fear the most is what they're actually desiring. That they're actually maybe like what your smallest self fears the most might be what your biggest self is desiring. And the 11 minutes went by that fast. I'm amazed.
Wow.
Yeah. So as I'm saying, like I'm having a great time talking to you. I think you are too. Maybe it was fun, comfortable, and a little bit of a leap of faith for you to be in this interaction right now. But I would say that's where your magic is. That's where your treasure is. That's where your riches are. So keep doing more of this, and more of it in person. And I'm stoked you're doing yoga because I think paying attention to your breath and heart rate during those situations will be a very good friend, a very good way for you to deal with those. It's not decreasing the heart rate. It's like, oh my gosh, my heart rate's increasing because I'm nervous. Let me see if I can increase it more and see what comes out of my mouth, see how I behave. You can watch yourself in those moments and you might see a new vibrancy. Until that becomes the new normal.
Run, guan, guan, guan. Run, guan, guan, guan. Run, guan, guan, guan. Run, guan, guan, guan.